Hoping my Wi-Fi work on here. Let me see something. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to. Uh-oh. Almost ended. Almost ended the live. 1 second. Let me see if I can clear my screen a little bit. Wanted to pop in because I'm in my mobile office and it's not a Q&A, just a live video because it allowed me to shoot the video without having to try to upload it. Don't have too much longer. My baby boy, my 7-year-old practicing, so I'm back then and I'm watching him practice, and I want to go live real quick just cause uploaded some videos. I shot a video earlier today that I was trying to upload, but it wouldn't go through for whatever reason. And then the 26 to 35 video was on private, and then the upload didn't work. So then when I re-uploaded it, it switched from private to public. Somehow YouTube did that, and so it went public. So I had to delete that because that's just a replay for the people that was in the live Zoom class. But continuing what I was talking about on the video, I did 2 videos talking about how does he know she's the one, and it raised a lot of questions always, and there's so many caveats and nuances to it. You can't really fully explain something like that because every man is different in the sense of what he's looking for. Although it's 2 types of men, it could be one little change inside of what one man is looking for in a woman, what another man is looking for in a woman. And one of the things that I'm noticing though is I'm coming in contact with, it's some spirits moving around, and some of these spirits costing us our mind. It's a lot of people starting to lose their mind in the sense of the desperation, the frustration, the anxiety, all of those things kicking in, and people starting to lose their way. People starting to act out of the desperation. And it's on both sides, men and women. And it's this unrealistic expectation from both sides. So sometimes I will hear a woman say, something that's just absolutely crazy as far as just what she wants from a man. And then I hear men say something that's absolutely crazy as far as what he wants from a woman. And it just kind of sounds like this society. When you think about it, when you're in a society that right now they're working on flying taxis, that's like the Jetsons. You remember the Jetsons when they had them flying taxis, them flying cars. I just saw the other day in like 2030 is when the flying taxi will be certified. Now, yeah, that's 9 years from now, but they doing the prototypes right now, and they kind of already been working on it for years. And then we in a society where we got self-driving cars, and yes, some of them drove, into somebody else, but we got self-driving cars. And so when you have so much technology at your hands and the world is so advanced and everything does everything, like I'm on this phone and I could watch some on this phone, and from this phone I could stream it to this TV in this vehicle, and I can order a pay-per-view fight on this phone and stream it to this TV in this vehicle. That's how much technology we have. So what's happening is in our world, we're getting weaker and wiser. As you know, the smarter your phone, the dumber we get because the less we have to do. When they invented a calculator, people got dumber because now you just can punch the numbers into the calculator. It does everything for you. You don't have to go through the formulaic equation. You just punching stuff in. And the same thing with our phone. So now we done took this technology and we taken it to a whole nother level to where there's now dating sites that are taking there's now dating sites that are taking you can uh you can take and put in all your personality questions and you answer all these questions, and it will then send you to these matches. And I got a invite to be a ambassador for a dating site that is scientific. Like they trying to match you based on all this different stuff. I don't believe in dating sites. That's why I'm not doing it that's why I'm not an ambassador. And I remember years ago I signed on with a dating site to be an ambassador, but this not a Q&A. Somebody missed the notice. This not a Q&A. I'm just talking. So God bless you. Now y'all hold y'all questions on there. And I took and I signed up to be an ambassador, and they showed me where based on the numbers, they were like, what, this will pay you about $4 million a year to be an ambassador for this dating site. And right after I signed and I got ready to launch, I backed out. I backed out because I heard about a man got on the site and got him a woman and did something he wasn't supposed to do. And I'm like, I can't promote that. I can't set people up for that. Even though it happened in the real world, I'm not finna make it easier by promoting that. Now, this was years ago. It's probably 6-7 years ago. And as a young man, $4 million a year to be an ambassador of a dating site, it sounds good, but that's how the devil works. Like when you look at the devilish music we listen to, and you see the money that them artists get, you like, shoot, I might rap about that for 10 million a year. I rap about that too. You look at the websites where the women who they signing up on the site to twerk and they get $1 million in a day when they sign up. It's like, shoot, you go to thinking about this. So we got all this technology, right? And then everybody got a voice. Everybody has a voice, so everybody got a microphone. So what happening is you got the technology, and then everybody got a voice, so you get drowned out. So the people talking sense will be drowned out by the people talking nonsense. And so you have men and women that now can take all of their pain and all of their trauma and get on a live stream and get some followers and teach from a place of pain, teach from a place of trauma, teach from their unhealed issues. And then from that's like a smoke signal, and it calls out to everybody else that has brokenness in them. And they feel like, oh, this is our leader, this our broken leader. And it's men and women. And on the man's side, broken, hurting, lost, got trauma, got pain, got failed marriages, got failed relationships, got child support issues, or whatever it may be that got him angry. And now we put a microphone in that man's face. And so if he hate his baby mama, it's finna be open season on baby mamas. And although he has a personal vendetta with his baby mama or his ex-wife or his ex-girlfriend, these men now can just spew this hate publicly. And what they really trying to do is what I call social abuse, to where the anger and the vitriol is for the woman or the women that he's mad with. But what these men don't realize is that they rallying troops, and they have men who following them who wreaking havoc in their own relationship with their woman who has not done anything to them. And he'll be doing that because that cry is music to a sore ear. And so these men start to feel like, oh, okay, somebody's singing my song, like somebody on my side, somebody got my back, when the man might not even need to have anybody to have his back. And so the next thing you know, you look at this and you're like, wow, because of one thing somebody heard. And me being a man out here, I understand it because I see it, I sense it, I feel it, to where if I hear a grown boy say something and what the grown boy says is in my favor, and it's in my favor in the sense that it gives me an advantage, it makes me the prize, I will take and look at my wife crazy for a second and like, and then I have to snap out of it. So then, because of, I could snap out of it because of my calling, because of the other information that I have. But when I think about it, if I was a man who I didn't have that other information, then I would be recruited and led astray by this man who has a platform, who is hurting, who is broken. And then the same thing happens on the woman side of things, where there are now several women who are trying to teach women how to seduce men and how to manipulate men. And so we seeing this happen right here. And now me, because my audience on YouTube is 95% women, I get to see far more women who seem to have lost their mind than I get to see men. And out of the men who do comment, a lot of them have lost their mind. And then it'll be a few good men that they're here to learn, they're here to grow, and they understand the purpose of the page, and they understand this ain't about no being no simp or anything about this about being a good husband that can have a household that's sound and secure, and that could raise a family and raise productive children in society to be productive citizens, and doing that from a place of balance and stability in the household, and not making the scales uneven to where the woman is at a disadvantage and the man has the advantage, and the woman feels like a pawn, she feels like a, a tool, she feels worthless, she feels like she doesn't have a voice. Don't put names on here. If y'all new to the Blessed Tribe, y'all ought to know better than that. Don't post people names on here. Don't be, promoting people and all that, saying people name. We don't speak names on here because, for one, I coached a woman in France, and this woman didn't know who LeBron James was. So everybody don't know everybody, and we don't want to be promoting people who may have a message that somebody else don't know. And so understand that right there. It's working hours, so the moderator's probably not in here because they probably still at work. Um, but if y'all notice, I don't state names, and the reason why I don't state names either is because I know what I do by my name. So I try my best to keep people name out my mouth and just address the situation. And whenever there's a problem, it's never just one person. So it wouldn't do me no good to highlight and pinpoint one person, because it's always going to be several people at several levels that is, gonna be saying stuff. And so understand that right there. But this what we have happening in the world. So what's in the dating scene, what's coming up is you have several situations to where women are asking for something that men are not willing to give, and men are asking for something that women are not willing to give. And a lot of people are not realizing that in a relationship, it's give and take, and it's never a fairy tale, in the sense of, I say the fairy tale is real, but I'm talking about you declaring happiness in your situation. But your happy situation may not look like what the world has painted it out to be. So what I mean by this is that my marriage going on 15 years, a person may look at it and say, oh, the man supposed to take out the trash, but it's days my wife take out the trash. People may say a woman supposed to cook, but it's weeks that we might not cook at home. And so, and our relationship is completely happy, but this our relationship, and it don't fit inside of what the movie has shown us. It don't fit inside of what people think. And so that's what we have to understand about these relationships, is you got to be able to have your morals and your values, and actually have your morals and your values, and know what you want and what you are asking for. But understand that you can't let it be dictated by us online with a voice, with a platform, and we out here talking, because not everything gonna relate to your household, not everything gonna relate to your life. And so that's what you have to understand. So think about this, and when you look out here, you're gonna see these spirits at work. And the biggest ones right now that's destructive are coming from men. The male accounts that are destructive are larger than the female accounts, and to the point that I will hear and have heard of more male accounts than I have female accounts that are destructive. And so you have to understand that it's coming to a place right now. A lady we was doing a call, and she was talking about the man who, this man was talking to her, and the first date, he asked her to come to the house, and she said, no, I'm not comfortable with that. And then he said, okay, well, we could meet down at the lake or whatever and just walk. And then after they met up and walked, he was like, hey, can you want to come over to the house? And she was like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. And she said this was the best looking man that has ever approached her. And then she didn't hear from him anymore. And so that right there comes from men right now not being raised and not being taught respect, still in this day and age. That's when we don't have respect, and we just see a woman as a piece of meat, and we just want to do what we want to do with her. And if she don't want to do what we want to do, then we just cut her loose. And so in order to protect yourself as a woman, you got to get to a place to where you have policies and procedures for your life, to where you say, okay, I'm not going to go out just to no lake and do no walking, because that's an open place out there. You could get snatched up, put in a van, or what have you. Then you also got to have a stipulation where say, I want to go on a real date that's going to cost some money, and it's an investment. And men got to understand, like in certain countries, men have to pay dowry. In America, we done been spoiled as men to where we don't have to pay dowry. But in certain countries, that man got to give that woman family money, a big bag, or some cattle, or some real estate, or whatever it may be. In America, we don't have to do that. And a lot of dads not in their daughter life, so a lot of men don't even have to ask a dad for his daughter hand in marriage. And so what happens is we'll take and we will start to see women as a piece of meat. But there'll be a group of women who have been seen as a piece of meat for so long that they say, listen, I'm tired of being seen as a piece of meat. If I'm gonna be a piece of meat, you finna pay. You finna pay for this here piece of meat. And so then the women, there'll be a group of women who become savages, and they say, hey, we we're not finna be, no, this not a Q&A. This just a video that I'm shooting because I can't upload it right now, so I'm just shooting it live. It's not a Q&A. And then there'll be women say, look, we finna charge. You got to break bread, and it becomes about the money and not about the love. And we going both ways with this. Women saying a man got to provide. Man got to have all this money. He got to provide. A man got to pay for the dates. Man got to do all of this. And then the man say, hold on, that ain't fair. And then the man say, hey, a woman got to get on her bike when I want her on her bike. And the woman say, hold on, that ain't fair. And what this is we're not creating win-wins. What we're doing in this selfish society, because we selfish people and we selfish humans, and this technology make us even more selfish, is what we doing is we now starting to operate from selfishness. And so we trying to create a win-lose, to where the one person, to where we winning and the other person losing. And that's not how it's supposed to be. It has to be a win-win. And what men have to understand, and this is my thing as a man, what changed my whole life, because I wanted to play in the NBA or the NFL. I was a basketball and football player, and I was always number one or in the top 3 in basketball and football my whole life. So I thought sports would be my way out. And then when I didn't make it from sports, I had to find something else. And as a black man in America, you typically see a few different options. So you see, be a pro athlete, be a dope boy, or be overworked and underpaid like your parents. And so when you see that, to be a businessman, to start companies, to start tech companies, none of that stuff was ever shown to you or told to you. So for me to change my life and go from making $9.50 an hour to being able to build several businesses and earn a living doing something with purpose, the thing what I had to do as a man is I had to accept full responsibility for my life. I had to stop making excuses for myself. I had to stop feeling sorry for myself. So I had to say, look, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Like that's somebody quote. So I had to do that. And in doing that, I said, look, I'm going to stop blaming my mom for what she didn't do raising me. I'm going to stop blaming my dad for what he didn't do raising me. I'm going to stop blaming the government. I'm going to stop blaming the white man. I'm going to stop blaming women. I'm going to stop blaming my homeboys. I'm going to stop blaming other people. And I'm going to assess and address. And I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to do what I got to do to still win at life. And so by accepting full responsibility, everything in my life changed. And that's what my thing is. What I'm asking men, the men who see this, what I'm asking men is, you got to get to the place to where you accept and stop waiting on a woman to be perfect. Stop waiting on a woman to cater to you. Stop waiting on a woman to do for you and to bend over backwards for you. And as a man, you say, look, I'm going to do what I need to do as a man. I'm going to do what I know is right. I'm not going to treat somebody a certain way because of what they're doing. I'm going to treat somebody the way that I know I should operate as a human. I'm not going to change how I move because this person is not worthy, so to speak. And when I started to lead in love, meaning set the example in love, become love, and operate from love, everything changed in my life. Everything changed in my life. And that's what, I'm asking men to do, is be the man that your creator has asked you to be. Be the man that you call to be. And put the team on your back. And this is the thing. We praise a player who could put the team on his back and win the game. We praise that person. We praise that man. We praise the man who can be in a fight, get knocked down, get back up, and come back to win by knockout. We praise that man. We praise the man who can go from the ghetto, who can go from prison, who can go from having nothing in his life to building to being a six-figure earner, seven-figure earner. We praise that man. But as men, what we got to take pride in is putting our family on our back. We got to take pride in picking up the slack. We got to stop looking at a woman and nitpicking and what she is and what she ain't and what she doing and what she ain't doing. And we got to say, listen, this on me. I'm going to set the tone in the relationship. I'm going to set the tone in this. I'm going to lead in love. I'm going to teach love by my actions and what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. And when I do that, now this woman, because I'm a man and because I done studied and because I'm a good person and because I done paid attention and because I chose with my head on my shoulders and not the head in my pants, I know I chose a good woman. And because I chose a good woman, when I lead in love, meaning when I set the example of love and I love her the way the Creator has asked me to love her, I know she's going to reciprocate the love. And then I'm not going to take and place petty boundaries on the reciprocation. So I'm not going to go tit for tat. I'm not going to look at it as keeping score. Instead, I'm going to, as a man, evaluate the things that matter the most. So what I'm going to say is, I'm going to say, is she honest? Is she faithful? Is she trustworthy? Is she respectful? If she are those things are the intangibles. Those things are what will stabilize and give a relationship longevity. Can I trust her? Like when I'm out and I'm gone, if I'm on the road and I'm working, can I trust her to be faithful? Can I trust her to be faithful? If the answer is yes, then I'm not asking the question of how much does she cook? How much does she clean? What sexual favors is she willing to do? Because those things are minute in the grand scheme of things. Those things really, those are ounces, not pounds. And so I'm not going to focus on the little things that are a plus. I'm focused on the priorities. I'm focused on the things that I absolutely need, and that's honesty and trust, transparency and respect. And see, what's happening is, as men, we getting too stuck in the weeds. We getting too stuck in the weeds, and we worrying about, is she gonna do this in the bedroom? Is she gonna do that in the bedroom? Is she gonna allow this? Is she gonna allow that? Is she with this? Is she with that? And we just want this, all this open freedom that's rooted in lust. We want this freedom that's rooted in perversion. We want this, we want things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. And we're not focusing on what really matters. Hey buddy, come on in. So y'all finished early today, huh? I got to watch you practice. I said I got to watch you practice. That's why I pull up over here. Because I was just doing drills.
Yeah, and at the end we played.
I feel like y'all got out super early. Your mama said she was going to be here to get you before.
I'm going to put my cleats in the back.
You going to put your cleats in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you drink all your water? You got more water to drink? Drink you a little bit more water because you're sweaty.
Okay.
Yeah, sit back there right there. And daddy on the live, so you could turn the TV on, but we gotta turn the volume down. I'm gonna get off in a second.
Okay.
But hey, my baby boy just got in here, so I got to go. I want to let him watch his TV, and he on, you know, all the grown folk conversation. But this, I end the video right here, and y'all watch this here back. This me speaking from a male perspective. talking to the men, and what I really want to get men to understand is responsibility. Because look, we can always look at somebody else and what they got to do. Oh, the one, oh, it go both ways. It go both ways. See that, man? The woman need to be doing this. The woman need to be doing that, man. See that, man? This one I don't like, man. See, you a man basher. And I always ask, and I want to ask men, like, where did I bash a man at? A lady told me yesterday, her boyfriend said I'm a man basher. I'm like, where do I bash men at? All I'm asking men is to be responsible. And be responsible. And then to the women, be responsible. Like, because there's women who write me who have lost their mind. Lost their ever-loving mind. And so it go both ways. But what I'm trying to get us to understand is, as a human, women can't keep saying, oh, men need to do this. And men can't keep saying, oh, women need to do this. What we have to do is look in the mirror and say, I need to do this. And so when we could get to that place, that's when your personal life will change. And I hear, people say, well, you need this. If they can't accept me the way I am, then well, it's like, no, you need to become the best version of you to be accepted. Don't ask somebody to dedicate their life to you and to commit their whole life to you at your mediocre self. Become a better version of yourself, and then you will attract what you deserve. It's going to be some distractions and some decoys in there that you have to use discernment to step around, but you will attract what you deserve. And the same thing with men. Oh, I can't find a good woman. Oh, I can't find a good woman, because you're not looking for a good woman. You looking for a lapdog. You looking for a slave. You looking for a do-girl. You looking for a You're not looking for a wife. A wife is not going to ride or die. She gonna ride as long as you going the right way. And going the right way mean you may be broke. Mean you may be out of the job. You might get laid off. But what it means by going the right way is you're not controlling her. You're not deceiving her. You're not manipulating her. You're not cheating on her. She gonna ride like that because she ain't got to worry about dying if you treating her right. You could be flat broke if that's what life throws on you. But if you loving her and you chose the right woman for you, she gonna be there with you. But if you chose with your little head instead of the head on your shoulders, then that's when you gonna get dogged out. You gonna get used and mistreated, and then that's when you gonna look and be like, oh, see, I don't like women, I don't trust women, all this. But so when you do what you supposed to be doing, you will see everything in your life change. Ain't that right, Tatum?
Yes.
Hey, God bless y'all. We'll talk soon.